Hey, what's going on, foodies? So earlier today, my wife made chicken breast and she used pork rinds as the crust. And she's doing keto, and it was like a keto meal. And they were really good. Like, I was very hesitant, but it actually turned out pretty amazing. So I was gonna fry up some frog legs, and I'm thinking instead of using flour, why don't I try some pork rinds, see how they turn out. Well, she recommended me taking it up a notch and using salt and vinegar pork rinds. So I was like, boom, now you're talking. So I went to the butcher shop, got some frog legs, and right now I prepped them. I got them sitting in some milk. I'll let them sit in there for about an hour, and then I'll walk you through the rest of the process as we go, and we'll see how they turn out. I don't know, I've never tried it, but you know what? I love trying new things, y'all know that. So we'll see what we got. So stay tuned and cross your fingers that this turns out.
All right,
Thanks.
what's going on, everybody? So I got my frog legs here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip them in this egg mixture, and then I have some real fine crumbled up salt and vinegar pork rinds here. So I'm going to go from my egg mixture to the pork rinds to this plate, but first I want to get these cut up. This is what the frog legs look like. I don't know, a lot of people may have never seen these, and I'm just gonna cut them right down the middle, right here. Frog legs are one of those things where if you don't know much about it, then they can be scary. But there's really nothing to be scared of. They're actually quite delicious. And here down south it is I'm not gonna say it's a popular meal, but it's a lot more common down here than I would guess it would be up north. You don't hear a lot of northerners talking about eating frog legs, but I'm really excited about trying the keto frog legs though. If my wife would have never mentioned it, I would have never thought to do this. But she had made some chicken breast with plain pork rinds earlier today, and they were delicious. And we air fried them. And so I'm gonna have to do a video on how we did that, because that was pretty good. So what you didn't see earlier is when I was prepping them, I put all these in here and filled it up and covered them with milk. That just kind of cleans them up a little bit, really plumps them up too. And then once it sits for an hour, drain it and then rinse it. So that's the part you didn't see earlier. Now I got my egg. I'm going to try to keep this area clear so you can actually see what I'm doing. Keep that out of the way there. Alright. So I'm going to go egg. And then pork rind. And that's what it's going to look like. Let's see if I can kind of zoom in. It's got just that pork rind crust. The salt and vinegar pork rind crust. I want to say I saw somewhere that whenever you do this, go from an egg mixture to a batter, you keep one hand for the egg mixture and the other hand for the batter. I don't know where I heard that. That could have been something I heard on Food Network. So I'm going to go from egg to batter. And don't worry, in my mind, I already planned on making a mess over here. Throw some of these legs in here. Now I can honestly tell you that I have never ever gone out and hunted my own frog legs. Never done it, wouldn't even know where to start. But luckily we have a good butcher shop close by that has pretty much anything you need. And they do a good job of taking care of you. Egg mixture, I'm doing 3 at a time right now because they're not that big. And I'm going to throw these bad boys when I'm done into the air fryer. And we're going to go at about 400 degrees for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them. So 400 degrees, 5 minutes, then flip, then do another 5 minutes. And that should be plenty, because these aren't that thick, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. But I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then I'll show you how I get them in the air fryer. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, we're back. This is what we're looking at here. These frog legs cut in half and salt and vinegar pork rinds on them. So I'm not using the air fry basket. I'm going to use this crate right here. I'm going to lay the frog legs out on them. And I just want to do kind of lay a few out and see what we're working with. I don't want to overcrowd them. I'll probably do 5 minutes and then flip them, because like I said, I've never done this before. So before I go ahead and ruin the whole batch, I'm only going to do a few at a time. And then, but you know what? This is how you learn in the kitchen. Trial and error, right? And I will do the trial and the error, so you don't have to. Alright, we'll just do 1 row for now. I'll get this last one on here. And then we'll do 5 minutes, and then we'll flip them, and then do we'll say 5 more minutes. Now, all these times I'm telling you right now are estimates, because like I said, your guess is as good as mine on how these bad boys are going to turn out. So we're going to figure it out as we go, but we're going to figure it out together. Alright, so I'm going to shutter it, turn her on, go to air crisp here, 390. We're going to take that bad boy on up to 400. Time, let's do, what I say, 5 minutes? We'll say 5 minutes. And we'll check back and see what we got. Alright, our 5 minutes are up. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, it's looking good. I'm gonna try to zoom in here, see if I can let you see. Got a little golden brown going on. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip these and let them cook for 5 minutes on the other side. And hopefully that's not too long. So we'll see. Alright, I got them flipped. So now, air crisp, go to temp, go back to 400, go to time. We'll just give it 5 more minutes, and that should do us. Because they're looking great. Alright. Oh yeah. Let me take these bad boys out and we'll look at what we got. The crust isn't as, like, there's not as much crust as I was expecting. Like, a lot of it has fallen off. It's still there. And I'm hoping the salt and vinegar flavor is still there. It's still a little crusty. My wife had suggested I make the crust real fine, like powdery fine. And I don't think I did. But hey, live and learn, right? So that's what we're looking at. Alright, so I'm just going to throw the rest of these in here. And then, once I get these in there, 400, 5 minutes, flip, 400, 5 minutes. Then we're going to take this party on over to the tasting table.
Like, see, this has a lot of crust on it, but I feel like by the time I get ready to flip it, there's not that much on there. But you know what? This is our first time ever doing this. And this is called trial and error. So, I'm going to shut her up. Come down here to temperature, 400 times 20. Alright, I'm going to do all these the same way I did those other ones. And when these finish, I'll meet you at the tasting table. Alright, here we are at the tasting table. So, another rundown of what we did. I got some frog legs from the butcher shop. I soaked them in milk for an hour, and then I rinsed them. And soaking them in milk gives them a chance to plump up and, you know, kind of wash or get rid of anything that's on there. Rinsed them, put them on a cutting board, kind of cut them in half, right down the center. And then went a different direction. Instead of using flour, I dipped them in egg and put them in salt and vinegar pork rinds. So kind of give it a different little flavor there. So here we are. I put them in the air fryer for 400 degrees for 5 minutes. Flipped them, same thing, 400, 5 minutes. And now, of course, my favorite part is the taste test. And those are pretty good. I barely taste the salt and vinegar. Let me see if I can find one that's got a little bit more breading to it. That is one issue I had. Was I only gave it one dunk in the egg and one dunk in the pork rinds. So my breading, I feel like I didn't get enough breading on there. And one thing my wife mentioned that I didn't do. Shocker, husband didn't do what the wife recommended. I didn't make the powder real fine. I thought I did, I tried to, but I guess I didn't do it fine enough. And that could have made a big difference. So, those are just some things maybe I'll try to do differently next time. This one's got some good crust to it. It's like a chewy salt and vinegar chip. I can really taste the salt and vinegar in that one. That's not bad. I like that. And I don't normally like salt and vinegar. But yeah, so if you do this recipe and you have another direction you went with it, leave me a comment, let me know. Or if you have any recommendations. Like I said, if my wife would have never mentioned this, I would have never thought to use pork rinds, salt and vinegar pork rinds for a crust. But this is a fun little different taste. But yeah, if you do something different, or if you change the recipe at all and you tried it, let me know. And if you did it just like I did it, let me know what you think. Let me know how it turned out. But thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you around. Y'all have a good night.